Welcome back to my channel. I know I have been gone for like almost a month now. But as part of the rebranding, re-evaluating life, YouTube has not been a priority for me. You can check out a lot of the information in the video that I posted last time about writing a book. I have a book contract, so that's been taking up a lot of my time. And then, you know, it's summertime. Life is busy. I'm a mom, I'm a wife. We're doing some home renovations and things are just busy. And so YouTube and blogging, they're really not very high on my priority list right now. But I'm here, and I'm here because a lot of the women in my women's group and in the Homestead homemaking group, I had asked them, I've had a lot of women asking me to do devotions again. And my plan was to post a devotion on Monday, which was yesterday. And that did not get done whatsoever. And I'm realizing that maybe Monday is not the best day for me because Monday is typically a cleanup day, you know. So I guess my goal is to get up one devotional each week, not dependent on the day. But here's the thing. The devotional isn't just because women keep asking me to do it. The devotional is because I need to do it as well. And this keeps me accountable, and I can share my devotion with you. So this week we are talking about a couple of different things, and I feel like they all kind of go hand in hand. The first thing that we're going to talk about is our words. Our words have a lot of power, whether it is with our family, our husband, our wife, who, you know, whether you're a man or woman watching this, our spouses, our children, our employers, our animals, you know, there are our friends, people online. There are different things that when you use the right words, they can bring love and joy and peace to a situation. But when you use the wrong words or the wrong meaning or the wrong attitude behind your words, then it can create a lot of conflict and division. That is something I have a very big issue with. That is something that I myself have to work on. The second half of this is about being passionate about life. And that seems to be a word that's been coming up a lot in my life right now. And so I wanted to kind of touch on that too, because I feel like it's important. The two go absolutely hand in hand, because if you're passionate about life, then you begin to realize that your words begin to change. They're different. Your attitude begins to change. So starting with words, I am using my iPad here. Proverbs 17, and I feel like Proverbs 17:9 is really important. And it says, whoever would foster love covers over an offense, but whoever repeats the matter separates close friends. And Proverbs 10:19 says, sin is not ended by multiplying words, but the prudent hold their tongues. And then my favorite one is Proverbs 31:26, which is talking about the Proverbs woman, and it says, she speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. And possibly the most powerful scripture, or one of the most powerful scriptures about your words, is Proverbs 18:20-21, and it's really harsh because it says, from the fruit of their mouth a person's stomach is filled. With the harvest of their lips they are satisfied. The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. So starting with our words, okay, there was a girl in our Homestead homemaking group. I can't remember her name, and I didn't ask her if I could say her name anyhow, but she had posted a post in our Homestead homemaking group, and it said, you know, so many women are so quick to judge their husbands or say harsh things about them. How about we start a thread that's about uplifting our husbands and choosing the good things that are within him? You know, maybe he's a hard worker. Maybe he loves your children, you know, unendingly. Maybe he has good qualities that you could talk about. What are some good things about your husband that you love? And so immediately the screen starts popping up with amazing comments and women just praising their husbands. And the one thing you should know about our Homestead homemaking group is that a lot of women come there and they talk because they feel comfortable there. They feel like they really can't talk to anybody else. And a lot of times their annoyances and their issues are with their family. And but we don't want the group to turn into that. You know, we don't want the group to be just bashing your family. But having hurts and pains, whether it's your husband or your family or friends or enemies, they're very real things. And so you have to learn how to deal with them. Unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, the way that we normally try to deal with them are by using our words in wrong ways. That might look like attacking your husband for no apparent reason and just ripping into him. It could be passively taking jabs at him or somebody else. It could look like you yelling at your kids. It could be gossiping. It could be talking behind someone's back. It could be attacking someone online that you don't even know and you just decide you want to attack them. And so whenever we're dealing with something in life, whether it's annoyance, disappointment, hurt, pain, anger, we typically, instead of dealing with the issue, we go directly to using our words. And 9 times out of 10, we make it worse by using our words. In fact, Proverbs just told us that the fruit that we produce, it's either good or bad and dependent upon our mouths. What comes out of our mouths is an overflow of our heart. So if it's constantly bad fruit and we enjoy eating it and we're spewing it around to others, then there's a heart issue, okay? So that has been something that I've been dealing with. I feel like it's something we will all deal with all the time for the rest of our lives. But it's good to address that. And so I was recently in a situation where someone had been saying bad things about me. And, you know, I don't really have to deal with that often, but there are just some people in life who are just there to test you, I think. And this person had been speaking badly about me behind my back, saying things, blah, 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 long story. And so I was in a recent situation where I was out locally and this girl just starts talking about this person and saying how wonderful this person is, and oh my goodness, this person is just amazing. I'm sitting there like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, if you knew the stuff that this person put me through, you would not be saying that. But it was like, I not a bad, harsh word came out of my mouth. I said, you know what? I'm going to take this opportunity. And the post from our Homestead Homemaking group that I think her name was Michelle posted about finding something good in someone. Find the good qualities. When you can't find anything good about them, try harder. And so instead of sitting there and saying, well, I don't know about this girl, you know, she's a little bit crazy. And, but no, instead of doing that, I started looking for the good qualities. Oh yeah, she's great. She's successful. She's doing wonderful. She's doing this. She's doing that. She's helping so many people. La, la, la. And I was driving home and I really felt the Lord saying, you know, this is an opportunity for you. This is a shifting point in your life, in your spiritual walk with me. Maybe it's time for when you are annoyed, when you're stressed out, when you're disappointed, when you're going through things, instead of immediately speaking death and division and passive things, maybe go directly to finding the good things in this person or these people or this situation. When your husband asks you what you did all day, find the good in him because he means well, right? When your kids are screaming and crying and whining, find the good in them because they need a lot of training still. When that person on the internet attacks you for no reason, just be quiet and just find the good in them. And remember that there's a heartache behind every single door of every single person that acts out in that way. There's a heartache there. And when we can really concentrate on them being our brother or sister in Christ rather than just another person we barely know, we react differently. When we are passionate about loving Jesus and loving people and loving life, we react differently. And so this week, funny enough, I was in a conversation with someone here on YouTube, which ended up turning into more like a debate, and I still haven't figured that out yet. But it was about passion, and I have just been really passionate about homesteading this year. My garden, my chickens, some expansions that we're getting ready to go through, big things that we're getting ready to do. And I've just been really passionate. And I have been finding in life when I'm passionate about something, normally it works. Why does it work? Because you make it work. Same thing with your words. Using your words and choosing to use good words, you gotta be passionate about it, or else it's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. And so let's go through situations. If you're passionate about your job, you're gonna do above and beyond your work. If you're not passionate about your job, you're gonna do the bare minimum. If you're passionate about your marriage, if you're passionate about your spouse, and you go through a really hard time, like on the verge of divorce hard time, but you're so passionate about them and you choose to be passionate about them, you're going to be passionate enough to put the work in to try to make it work. If you are passionate about getting a goat and you have done your research and you have the amount of space that you need for that goat, and you're passionate about it, then you're going to love the heck out of that goat. But if you're not passionate about it and you get a goat and then you wake up one morning, you're like, I don't want to feed the goat, I don't want to milk the goat, you're probably not going to keep that goat very long. If you are passionate about having a garden and making it work, then you're gonna make it work. Why? Because you're gonna work. There's the difference. I love it when we talk about words because we think, okay, this is like something that's just gonna automatically flow out of me when I love Christ more. And while that can be true, if you're not passionate about using your words wisely and about loving Jesus, loving life, and loving others, then you're gonna fail a lot. And we all fail. We're all going to always fail. But 9 times out of 10, when you're more passionate about something, you're going to work on it more. You're going to work with it more. You're going to work towards it more. And that's something that I've seen in my own life. I'm writing a book. Guess what? That was a lot of hard work, but if I had not had the passion to do it, I would not be doing it because I would have given up a long time ago. I would give up right now, just being honest. It's a lot of work. People don't realize how much work goes into it. But I have that passion. I want to do it. I want to get it done. I want to be successful. And so because I have that drive, guess what? It's going to be successful. And I can confidently say that because I know I'm going to work for it. Now, there are obviously unforeseen circumstances. Your husband could come home and hand you divorce papers. And yeah, at that point you would say lots of things that you might not have wanted to say. Or, maybe you lost your house and then you lose it. Or maybe that girlfriend that you used to have just totally blasted you all over the place to all your other friends. And they're just like, what? We lose our cool a lot. But in Proverbs 12:13-14, and this is why I'm so confident about choosing wise words and being passionate about life and everything. Proverbs 12:13-14 says, evildoers are trapped by their sinful talk, and so the innocent escape trouble. From the fruit of their lips, people are filled with good things, and the work of their hands brings them reward. I am confident in everything I've just told you because I know, I've seen it firsthand. I know that things happen. Hey, guess what? I've got a ton of medical bills that I'm paying on right now. I very recently, just last month, went through my own health issues, and now I have lots of medical bills that I have to pay. But you know what? I'm still pressing forward, and a lot of people do that because I know that God put this desire in my heart for certain things for a reason. If I didn't know that, then I would fail. I would give up. I would just stop doing it. I would just stop. But because I'm passionately in love with Jesus, even though I could be a lot more passionately in love with him, and I know that there are certain desires that he gives us. He says that he will give us the desires of our hearts, but what we forget is that God, Jesus, puts his desires in our heart. And so when we're passionately pursuing God and we're passionately pursuing the things that we are falling in love with, then we're going to see those things succeed as long as they're within the will of Christ. And so I feel like that is a good message for you today, whether it's homemaking or homesteading, whether it's your relationship with your spouse, with your kids, with a family member, with a friend, or just your general overall life. Find something that you're passionate about. Really search your heart and search God's heart, because as you begin to find things that you're passionate about and you begin to follow Christ more and really become more passionate about what his heart is for you and his will is for you, I think you're going to find that you're passionately using your words more often in a good way. Things become easier because you are naturally pursuing priorities, good priorities. You have goals. I've always said, and my publisher told me this once, he said, if you don't have goals, then you're busy looking at other people's goals. And so it's true. When you are stagnant or not having a goal set for yourself or not pursuing something passionately, that's when you begin to look around and say, what is this person doing? What is that person doing? Why are they doing this? Well, that's not right. They shouldn't do that. Or you begin to nitpick at stuff and you begin to follow people. And one of two things happens. You either take offense to everything they say, you become jealous or bitter. So I guess there's one of three things happens. Or you get up and you become motivated and you go out and you find something that you're passionate about. So I encourage you this week, use your words wisely, but as you catch yourself, because you're going to do it. You're going to think, oh my gosh, this word just came out of my mouth, or these accusations or gossip just came out of my lips and they shouldn't have, and how could I have changed that situation? Or you're going to catch yourself before you say it and you're going to think to yourself, okay, here, what could I say good about this person? What could I say good about this situation? And then you're going to feel that welling up inside of you. You're going to start looking naturally for the good things in people and the good things in situation. And my Lord, what a beautiful life it is, because it is so encouraging and so inspiring, and you live a happier life when you believe that people are saying things and doing things with good intention, and you look for the good in things. You become a more passionate and a much more happier person. So those are my two things. Be kind, use your words wisely, stop yourself from what you're doing, what you're saying, and think, what's the good in this situation? Let me find the good in this situation, because that's what God would do. All things turn out good for those who love him. And then the second thing is, what are you passionate about? And as we begin to passionately pursue Jesus, pursue our families, make our families priorities, as we passionately pursue goals and desires that he's set in our hearts, we begin to naturally live a healthier and happier lifestyle. And so I encourage you to get in the Word this week and read about it. Search God's heart, search your heart, because a lot of times I find that there's a lot of stuff inside of me that I don't like, and that needs to be refined and burned out. And so prepare, for God to show you that, because that's something that I'm constantly working on as well. Make mistakes every day. Made mistakes as frequently as just a couple days ago. But instead of beating ourselves up for it, pick that cross back up and go forward, because it is worth it. It is worth being pursued by God, because he pursues you constantly. And then when we turn around and in turn pursue him, we become passionate about him. We become passionate about life. Our words begin to line up with his words and our attitude with his. And that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So I encourage you to do that this week. Hope you guys like this devotional. I'll go ahead and post it in our Facebook group too. If you haven't joined our Homestead Homemaking group, I'll link it below. And if you would like more updates, please go to my website and blog. There are some more blog posts and stuff over there. And you can subscribe to my newsletter to get updates. So hope you guys have a great week. Happy homesteading. And don't forget to remember to experience the little real life things that happen in everyday situations.